get one thing straight. I ain't no damn leader. I ain't telling you to do shit. And this may not work for you. I'm not starting no motherfucking revolution, nigga. You wanna march and shit, that's on you. But I had got in a situation a few years ago, and this guy was like going off on Martin Luther King, and I couldn't understand why he was doing that. Like, my first thing was defense, because anybody that get shot down in a line of fire, be it in combat, because that's what he was doing. He was at war. Rather he knew the small details of the war or not, he was fighting for a cause bigger than himself. So I give props to anyone, even if it deems me the enemy, that puts themselves on the front line like George Washington did, like the presidents did back in the day. They was on the front line with the sword fighting. They wasn't in the office chilling. They was in the front line fighting, and that's how it should be. But anybody that gets that life in exchange for trying to help a group of people other than themselves. That's why I take pride in the military, any type of military. I don't care who you are, any group of beings that are together fighting for a cause bigger than themselves. That's the brotherhood, and I adore that. But I didn't understand why. So here it is, like this years later, when I put myself aside, I see what it means by, if you follow somebody blind, you're gonna fall into a hole too. I think the fight was for something that was demeaning to who we were. To fight for a right that actually lowers the class of individual you are in the sight of God and to fight for it is, oh my God, it's beyond ignorance. That's not dumb. That's retarded. Because in search, I realized that you willingly give up. People have willingly gave up themselves because of not knowing. And the comfort that ignorance gives you from not knowing is this false comfort, that by making you, first of all, you born into discomfort. Your life is discomfort. To pinch to do that is discomfort. It's outside of what in heavenly realms, what we're not used to. Like, we're not, as beings, created beings of the all in all, we're not meant to feel pain and be controlled by no one but the Most High. And to fight for a right that's outside and beneath and demeaning to God's law is retarded. It's retarded. To fight to have a name and to be in a system that you don't know nothing about. I mean, your thoughts. I don't have nothing to say. That's all I had to say right there. But a lot of things about my book, and you'll find out I don't come to a conclusion, because regardless of what you do and how much time you spend in the mirror and what you try to present yourself is, people are going to choose their own conclusion of you. You can fight for whatever, to be seen as, to be known as, but people are going to come up with their own conclusion about you, which builds these stupid debates and arguments of differences, when you just need to accept the fact that people are different. Beings are different because we are the same. We are the same by having the option of opinions, and we are the ingredients within the option is what creates differences, but there is no difference. It creates a difference from you. You want to stand out and be different from the all in all, the great peace, the great all that made us a piece of, I'm grateful to be a piece of the all, you know what I'm saying? And to be at peace with the all, meaning I'm whole with him. So I'm not leading a fight or, all this shit. No, because in the end, and in the beginning, we know right from wrong, and we know it is not up to us to stop the breath of another living individual or thing that God has created. I feel that they are there for a reason, and if you have an opinion or you make a movement to stop them from being a more comfortable them, hence looking up jobs and stuff. How the right to work, you don't hire somebody, or you choose not to deal with somebody because of the way they presented themselves, or something that you looked up on a computer that doesn't define them now. And whomever has the ability to withhold private information that doesn't make a person so. And I'm speaking of things like those newspapers that put people's faces, like they did that, and you look up and the nigga sitting next to you, you're automatically, as a person that is instilled fear all their life and what to do to defend yourself, because, well, Lord knows God don't defend us. This is sarcasm. It creates fear. The media, information, knowing something creates fear. Who told you were naked? Who told you needed help? The information, and it's on you if you choose to judge someone. And woe to you for judging me off of, or not just me, any man. You look into a computer and you have the ability to have access to information, and you don't believe people change, that they're not that situation, or anything could have led to that situation. Woe to you, and woe to the ones that let that information out, because I too, and my husband, we are victims to that. We have been charged with we were charged but not convicted with things that were thrown out, and here we are struggling, because jobs that we're overqualified for, are intimidated by this display that's tied to our names that we register because we wanted civil rights. Now we are everything that we do. And woe to, this is not so, this should not be. Get your shit together, guys. Get it together. Don't just go past them, I'm off papers. No, go back and understand. I don't care if you figure out a problem that's wrong with a case, you are not subject. You are not good for that. And people will judge you off of that. And if someone judges you off of that, they're violating your constitutional right. So I'm not creating no uproar. I'm not a leader or anything. I'm just following. I'm following what's good and what's right and what's true. I'm just a fellow follower. I'm not trying to lead nothing, to start no revolution and all this, because in the end, we all covered up in this skin that's like a mummy. It's a rap, and it's a distraction. Like rap music or whatever, it's a distraction from what's really going on. Do not pay attention to this color, because if you don't like white people, who you were in the past, you probably was King Ku Klux Klan in your past, and you were born blessed with a rebirth and another chance, and you want to not forgive, and guess what? You're hanging yourself. That's why you got to love your fellow man. That's why you got to love God, and every bit of, you don't have to love every fiber of everybody. You don't have to like everybody, but loving and respect the fact that they exist, meaning God put them here for a reason, and it's not your job to figure out why. Peace and blessings, and have a great day.